What's going on, guys? I'm Seiko, and welcome back to another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. Today's gameplay is kind of interesting. As you can see on the screen, there are 3 screens running, and after I realized that theater mode will not return in Call of Duty Ghosts, what theater mode is basically you can go back and watch your previous games. It's really good for YouTubers when they can go, if they miss a gameplay or something, or they want to get a different view of it, or someone else's view, you can just go back in theater. I think it's a really great feature. It's kind of disappointing that they're taking it out of Ghosts. And I was thinking about, I haven't really used it to its full potential. I haven't used it a lot in my videos. I did a couple videos. I did a video, a sketch pretty much of a camper, like a 1v1 versus a camper. But other than that, I haven't really done a lot of videos with theater mode. So what I did was on the top left is a view of the door. So my brother and I are camping in this room. It's a pretty popular camping spot. I'm camping with the PDW, and he's camping with the TAC 45. We're both on riot shields, running Guardian, Sentry Gun, UAV, Assault Shield, Betties, trophy systems, and shock charges. So we have the place locked down pretty well. So what I decided to do is pretty interesting that we all have a pretty good view. So his view's on the top right. I'm on the center one, and top left is the door view. And I thought the door view wouldn't be necessary, but I put it in. It looked great. It was cool to see the guys running up, and then us taking them out as they come in there. And so I don't do that great towards the middle of the gameplay, but I have a great beginning and ending. So that's why it's cool to see all different kinds of views, and especially when you're camping too, you can get a good view and angle on the gameplay. So what I'm going to talk about today is my opinion on Call of Duty as Call of Duty Ghosts comes closer and closer, Battlefield 4, and all these new games and all this new stuff just coming out so fast all at once. There's so many games, just tons and tons of games coming out. I'm going to waste so much money. Yesterday, I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and Call of Duty Ghosts, and I also had pre-ordered Watch Dogs about a month ago. So I'm stacked on games. I have so many games, and even in early 2014, there's tons of games coming out. And so, I pre-ordered Call of Duty Ghosts, but I was a little bit reluctant. I almost didn't do it, but I figured, I have a YouTube channel. I can't miss out on Call of Duty Ghosts. So yeah, I said I was going to pre-order it a long time ago. I just ended up doing it now at GameStop. So finally glad I did that. And I don't actually hate Call of Duty. It's pretty popular. It's a popular opinion that people hate Call of Duty. They hate on it, saying it's the same game every year, and it's the same thing. And yeah, that's a good argument. It's a good thing. But I think it's a fun game. When you're playing a game, you're playing it for fun, not for like the best graphics, for the best of this and that. You're playing it just to have a good time. And this is it's kind of like an arcade game, the way it plays and how it's like 6v6, really like fast paced, the respawning and how the guns work and everything. It's kind of arcadey. It's not as professional as Battlefield 4, but when it comes to the end of the day, it's not the best game of all time, but it's a fun game. I have a lot of fun playing it. If I didn't have this much fun playing it, I wouldn't play it as often as I do. I just don't think it's a very great game, but why do you think so many people play it? If it was true, I know that a lot of people think it's a bad game, and it's the same thing every year, but to some degree, they have to make it similar. Does FIFA ever get the amount of hate it gets for being the same game? That's even more similar than Call of Duty is every year. Battlefield 4, the beta. I play a little bit of it. You can disagree that there are some changes, but it's more like Battlefield 3.5. It's more like a lot of updates to make Battlefield 3 a lot better. The graphics boost doesn't seem that much. It's been 2 years. I know it's 64v64 now. But other than the vehicles and the buildings are more destructible, but other than that, there's not that many changes. But I don't care if there are not that many changes, because honestly, it should be the same. It should be a similar game. That's what every sequel to a game is always like. They're always similar. There's always the same aspects. And Call of Duty is very popular in the professional gaming community, so you have to keep it similar. Like I said in my other video, I forgot what video it was. I think it was about competitive Call of Duty. It's very popular in competitive Call of Duty, and if you change it, it's like a sport. Say you change the rules, and now instead of 6v6, it's 8v8, and instead of you ban some weapons and you make the layout different, it's a different game, and it's supposed to be similar. It's more about, I don't think Call of Duty is like an update. The whole game's different. This game, the whole layout and everything, the way it plays is similar to Modern Warfare 3, but the whole layout and the guns are different. They change it as much as they should. I think the way they change the game is just the right amount. But Halo's also, I forgot to mention that Halo's also pretty much the same game every year. And like I said, I do not disagree with that. I think that's a fine thing. It's necessary to keep the game the same. a lot. I mean, to some degree, I see that Modern Warfare 3 was a little bit too much like Modern Warfare 2. That was an exception. But other than that, Black Ops 2, it's not that much like Black Ops 1. The game feels the same, but it plays differently, if that makes any sense. So that's just what I think about it. I mean, I like Call of Duty. I mean, I'm gonna continue playing it for a while. I mean, I was thinking about Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm like, well, I do have fun playing Black Ops 2. There's a lot of things wrong in the game. Don't get me wrong. The lag is bad. There's a lot of things wrong with the game. I'm not gonna deny that. But at the end of the day, video games about having fun. It's not about complaining about every little small aspect that people like to bitch about on the internet. Ever since the internet's been evolving, really, their games are being judged a lot more. And if you're hated by the internet, then that's a big part of selling a game, is being liked by the internet, because the internet's hostile. The internet is people look up on the internet, should I get this game? What's the game's score? What's this game's review? The internet's very important, and although the internet really likes to complain and bitch and moan about the small little things that make Black Ops 2 not the perfect game, it's still fun. I still have a lot of fun playing this game. It's everyone does. I mean, it's so popular on YouTube. YouTube is changing too. YouTube is changing. Gaming is really taking over YouTube. If you look at the top subscribed and the top viewed videos, gamers are really just taking over YouTube. Really. I mean, like PewDiePie, like he's getting like hundreds of thousands of subscribers weekly. I mean, I think in one day he makes like 30,000 subscribers, which is ridiculous considering a big channel is considered like 100,000. He's skyrocketing. I mean, he's gonna get to like maybe a week and a half ago he was at 12 million. Now he's like at 14.5 million. He's just skyrocketing over. Gamers are just changing the entire entertainment. Really, people like watching games. People like watching people play games, and it's just changing. Twitch.tv, the majority are gamers, and the majority of people streaming. So everything's changing, and Call of Duty itself, I think it's people are saying it's gonna die out, but I think I said that before. I think it's not gonna be as successful as skyrocketing over the other games successful, because so many more games are finding out what they're doing, and they're doing that too. So it's not gonna take over, but it's still gonna be a very successful game and very popular. So that's pretty much it, guys. Remember to leave a like rating if you enjoy. I hope you like this kind of gameplay. It's kind of interesting, I thought. Thanks for watching, and see you next one.